Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are in the world. It's Melinda Jacobs, certified clinical hypnotherapist, trauma therapist, empath, and intuitive. How are you doing today? It's so good to be here with you. So when I have these inspirations that come from beyond or from within, wherever they're coming from, they feel to me like high truths, like really deep high truths. And hello, everybody, as you're tuning in. So I wanted to share this one. And this one's going to sting a little bit. I'm just warning you all. I'm going to share some personal information that some of you may not know about me. And it's raw. And I want to let you know I'm really okay. I'm good. I'm fine. And and there's just been some interesting dynamics that I've been party to. So I want to start by sharing you one of my most favorite songs from my most favoriteest band, Rush. They were brilliant. They created a world for me to live into when life was really insane and crazy. So this is off of their album called Hemispheres, and they would do these side-long, back in the day when we had albums, side-long songs, and they were these beautiful stories of archetypes and gods and goddesses and love and heartbreak, and they were beautiful. So this one is from Hemispheres. And just a setup of the story is that there's the god Apollo, the god of the mind, who told the humans to go out and build their cities and to do all their great things with their minds and to live through their minds. And so they did that, and they found themselves at some point feeling lacking, empty in some way. And so the god Dionysus, the goddess of heart, shows up, and then she shares that it's like, abandon your cities, go be with each other, go feel, dance amongst the fields and be merry and express and create. And so they abandon the cities and they go and do that. And then without being prepared, they were, a lot of them died and got frozen and got eaten by wolves, and they hadn't prepared because they weren't using their heads. And so there was this horrible split that had occurred. And then at one point, this being called Cygnus comes in, and Cygnus is the archetype of balance, and Cygnus is the bringer of balance. So these are the lyrics. This is Cygnus speaking. I have memory and awareness, but I have no shape or form. As a disembodied spirit, I am dead and yet unborn. I've passed into Olympus, that's where all the gods lived, as was told in tales of old, to the city of immortals, marble white and purest gold. I see the gods battle rage on high, the heart and the mind battling each other. Thunderbolts across the sky. I cannot move, I cannot hide. I feel a silent scream begin inside. And then the scream comes forth. And then he goes on to say, then all at once the chaos ceased. A stillness fell, a sudden peace. The warriors felt my silent cry and stayed their struggle mystified. Apollo was astonished. Dionysus thought me mad. But they heard my story further, and they wondered and were sad. Looking down from Olympus on a world of doubt and fear, its surface splintered into sorry hemispheres. They sat in a while in silence. They turned at last to me. We will call you Cygnus, the god of balance you shall be. So what I'm seeing in my own expression of that archetype of the god of balance is I am seeing a very big struggle of heart and mind. I see it in my own personal life. I see it within my own being. I see it within my relationship. I see it within and outside of myself in our culture. There's a lot of talk about baby, it's cold outside. And that song in what it represents is a horrible, horrible message to humanity. And it wasn't intended that way, I'm sure. And at some point, we have to take into consideration the time and the age in which it was written, that there was not a conversation about consent, that women were indoctrinated into a particular way of thinking of being of service to men through religion, through society, through all sorts of things. Whether that's right or wrong is not, we're not here to judge that, but we're here to kind of point at it and go, ooh, do we want to continue to perpetuate that consciousness? Now, that's coming from the heart. That's my Dionysus speaking out, going, no way, oh hell no. Because in my own life, I have been coerced out of my opinions. I have been coerced out of what I knew was right or something I didn't want to participate in. It went way beyond what it should do. Yes, I got myself into that situation. Yes, I did consent to that, to the point where my wrist was bound. But at some point I said, hey, my hand's going numb. Can you loosen that a little bit? And they said, you don't need that. You own the place. Meaning at the time I owned a massage practice. I was told I don't need my hand. I was told, shut up. And in that moment I froze. I've been coerced a lot of times around my body, around what is okay with me and what's not. Culturally, I was taught, women shut up. Don't speak up. It's not okay. Your opinion doesn't matter. And this song speaks to that cultural indoctrination of women shut up. You don't matter. You don't have a say. We know what's better for you. And you're objects for us to use. There's my Dionysus. Let me step over into Apollo, if I may. So we have a freedom of speech, and that is one of the things that our country is built on and that we continue to defend. And it is, you know, it's a little bit on the chopping block right now. It's a little scary how things are getting censored and say, ooh, we can't say that, ooh, we can't do that. Everything's getting so politically correct. We're losing very quickly our freedom of speech. This song is just an expression. It's an expression of consciousness. It's an expression of a certain collection of beliefs. So why shouldn't we let it be out there? Okay, fine. That's great. So what we have is this battle of heart and mind. One, and it's a two totally different conversations. I mean, like, part of us who are saying, get rid of that song is horrible, is saying from our own experience and from the safety of our children, we're saying we do not want to perpetuate this message that no doesn't mean no, or people could be or should be talked out of their no's. No's aren't being respected. And then on this other side of that conversation is we need to defend our freedom of speech. So how about the bringer of balance come and bridge the two? We need to have conversations about consent, what's okay and what's not. We need to teach our children no means no. We need to teach our daughters and our sons that our bodies are valuable, that they are precious, that they are God-given. We need to defend our right to speak our truth. So this balance of heart and mind needs to come together in a way where we can lovingly and through reason find our balance. And so this is how the song ends. And I'll try not to cry. Each segment is titled, and this title is The Sphere of a Kind of Dream. We can walk our road together if our goals are all the same. We can run alone and free if we pursue a different aim. Let the truth of love be lighted. Let the love of truth shine clear. Sensibility armed with a sense and liberty, with the heart and mind united in a single perfect sphere. Rush, so many years ago, was speaking unity. Rush, so many years ago, was teaching me about the intrinsic polar opposites that will always exist. We will always have up and down. We will always have left and right. We will always have heart and mind. We will always have that. But finding the balance and coming into our own unity to know that we are all one, that we are coming into those places of finding our way to self-express that feels right for us without impeding on someone else. I think it's important for us to learn from our mistakes, to recognize ideas and maybe ways of teaching, ways of being that no longer serve us. We are in a very powerful place of evolution. We are in a powerful place to really look at what we've created. We've created cultures that say it's okay to talk someone out of their no. It's okay to use bodies as commodity. Slavery, human slavery, sex trafficking, it's rampant. It's so rampant. And we are sitting on this precipice of being able to come out of our unconscious behavior, to have awareness, and then to rise above that and be self-aware. So I invite you today, where can you rise out of unconscious behavior, or even you have some awareness, and hold that balance of heart and mind for yourself? Start there. We can't fix anything outside of us. It's all here. So let's just start here and stop here. And so for my friend who sent me this meme today about it's cold outside, thank you. I love you. And I actually thought it was funny. And there's a message there that we can do away with. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for showing up. I love you all. This is not an easy journey. It takes patience. It takes kindness. It takes willingness to look at our own hypocrisies, to look at where we are saying, you must respect me without respecting other. It's up to us to live into the world that we choose and allow the rest to be. So many blessings to you today. Many, many, many blessings. And I wish you well. And I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Take a good care of your hearts. Take good care of your minds. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.